Bring their A game is what has been called for. Now, he's been called possibly the toughest man ever to have run the Comrades Marathon, an epic sportsman, in fact, somewhat of an all-rounder, if we can call him that. He was an Ironman champion, a Dusi Canoe Gold Medallist, a mountain bike champion, a soldier as well. It's no wonder that he's probably referred to as Manager Supreme. Nick Bester joins us from our Durban studios. Nick, welcome to Sportsman Prime. It's always an honor and a pleasure having you here. 92nd running Comrades, going up to my home city of Pietermaritzburg. Legend like yourself is sitting back and you're thinking, let's see what these kiddies can do.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening.
To speak to us, Nick, it's always, as I said, you started running, what, age 22? You've got a Comrades in 91. You now got a group of a crop of athletes who you now manage as their manager, and you're looking at them to carry on that mantle of and the spirit of Comrades Marathon.
Yeah, I think the Comrades Marathon this year will be a very competitive race. Not that it is not every year, but especially in the men's race, we've got a huge amount of top talented athletes that can do well. If I think, about the athletes that already won the race, like Ludwig Mambabolo, Claude Mshiwa, Giv Kele, Gatepe, and a host of other athletes that's got the capability of winning the race. Mike Fokoroni from Zimbabwe, won the 2 Oceans and last year, and is hungry for a Comrades. The ladies' race as well, although Caroline is out, I think Sinead Bosman will, she must be the favourite to be the first South African since the days of Frith and Merwe to repeat up and a down run back to back. But she will have tough competition, especially from Jasmine Nuningi from Sweden, from Switzerland, who won the murderous Swiss Davos Alpine Marathon 7 times. Also Camilla Herron in the race. Camilla won the world 100 kilometer and 50 kilometer in 2015. She ran an incredible time of 7 hours and 8 minutes on the 100 kilometer. And then our other South African ladies, then can give her a run for her money.
I mean, you sit now as a manager. I mean, if I'm correct, you've probably got the largest pool of runners as far as your running club is concerned at the Comrades Marathon. How do you prepare? I mean, I tend to follow you now and then. You always have your pulse on things, and again, it's always a pleasure watching your boys run and ladies run, because at the end of the day, you seem to be running a slick ship out there, and you're always in the top 10 getting gold medals.
Yeah, it's very tough. At the moment in the hotel where we stay in Umhlanga, we've got 60 top athletes. The Nedbank running team all over South Africa, we've got 13 clubs with 5,000 members, whereas 100 of them are top athletes. And in the Comrades this year, we've got 1,000 Nedbank runners that's going to compete on Sunday. But speaking about the top guys, it's tough. It's difficult to control a team like that. And that is why we're hosting several training camps all over South Africa and in Zimbabwe. Our Zimbabwe athletes, Mike Fokoroni, Marco Mambo, Monica Katifu, they have their own training camp in Zimbabwe. And then we hosted a training camp in Graskop for our South African runners, but also in KZN. We've got a couple of runners like the newcomers Simpiwe and Ndlela and Eric and Gobani, who trained in the mountains here. So and managers, but I've been helped by top quality managers and coaches that help me to make sure that all this operations is running smoothly, and that when on the day we can produce gold medals. We normally go for 50% of the gold medals, and we normally achieve that. The 2 Oceans this year, we went and we predict that we're going to win all 4 titles, and we did that. We have the men's winner in the 56 and the ladies winner, as well as the 21 male and women finisher. And Comrades this year, I predict we will win at least 50% again of the gold medals on offer, and won at least one of the titles, and we've got a 60% chance to win both titles.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't want to pick any one of your kids being a good manager. You want to be a dad that has a favourite from your men and your women's races. But I mean, you've looked at the ladies' field. Let's start with the ladies' field. Who do you think we should be looking out for at home, sitting, watching on telly? Who should, generally throughout the field, who should spectators be looking out for to take honours?
Yeah, obviously Sinead Bosman must be the favourite, because she won last year. She had no hiccups in training. She's fit, she's confident, and she's got a lot of experience on the route. But like I said, you know, Jasmine Noningi is a newcomer. She's an ultra runner. She won the Swiss Davos Alpine Marathon 7 times. You remember that Charlie Dole, who was also a winner of the Swiss Davos Alpine Marathon. I brought him out in 1993, and he came here and he won the marathon, the Comrades Marathon, as well as Peter Kamenzind, who won the Swiss Davos Alpine Marathon before he came 4th in Comrades and ran a couple of gold medals. Then also Kamala Herron from America. She and her husband is out here. She's well prepared. The previous Comrades that she ran was 2 years ago, but she was sick on the day and she didn't finish the race. Yeah, and then our South Africans, I believe that Anne Ashworth, that trained with John Hamlet at the training camp in Dahlstrom, is also can maybe spring a surprise. Yeah. And that is the ladies that I think will be there. There are also a couple of other ladies, and especially one KwaZulu-Natal, Fikile Mbutuma, who ran her first gold medal last year. Yeah. She's also prepared to repeat that and also achieve a gold in this year's Comrades Marathon. And
in the men's draw, what do you think we should expect there?
I'm really worried about Getepe Gifkele in a Tom camp, and they trained well. They trained very much and very hard. On race day, we will see if they maybe did too much. You know, it can count against them. Going down Harrison Flats, hitting the last couple of hills, little pollies. But you know, John Hamlet proved that he produced a record-breaking run last year. So that is my big threats for my team. I don't think there could be any other threat from any other runners. And then I'm confident in Ludwig Mamabolo, who ran his fastest Comrades Marathon last year, 5:24. A stalwart Claude Mashiwa, Mike Fokoroni is hungry. But our international lineup is also impressive. We've got Steve Way. Yeah. Steve Way, 9 years ago, weighed 104 kilograms. He weighs 65 kilograms today. And he ran a brilliant 100 kilometer, 6 hours, 19 minutes. He ran the London Marathon in a time of 2 hours and 15 minutes. And he's a very clever guy. Patrick Reagan, 3rd in the 100 kilometer World Championships last year when Bugumesa Matemba came 2nd. Yeah, and then also Fritjof Fagerland, who came 14th in Commerce last year as a novice. He's back to try and run a top 5 position. Yeah, and then Simpiwe Ndlela from KZN. He ran top 10 in Commerce last year. He ran a top 10 to Oceans and a top 10 in the Soweto Marathon. And he's young, 28 years of age, and I told you he prepared well in the mountains.
Yeah, Nick Pastor, we could go on, but I'll tell you what, you need to look out for another team. Team SABC. I know we've got a couple of runners, you know, so they might give you guys a run this weekend. Nick Bester, thank you very much for joining us from our Durban studios. Nick Bester, former Comrades champion, is now managing one of the biggest teams. In fact, as you heard him, the biggest team as far as the field is concerned. Watch him Sunday morning, SABC 2, SABC Sports on Prime. Will be bringing us those visuals. Comrades Marathon 92 up running from Durban to Pietermaritzburg. Thank you very much indeed, then, Nick Bester.